told her ride it like a rental, it's just a rental. I'm not with all the sentimentals. Rental, just keep it simple. I told her ride it like a rental. Skirt. After this song, I'm finna go ride some dirt bikes. Lit. In the hills, fucking up all the happy houses. I told her ride it like a rental, it's just a rental. I'm not with all the sentimentals, just keep it simple. You wanna know what I'm into, so you can get into it. I ain't tryna get into it, I done been through it. A lot of shit been on my mental, I done been through it. Niggas say they gon' kill me, Nike just do it. Bitches say they want the real me, they sound real stupid. I already told you my relationship with Cupid. This shit don't ever work, my heart cold. It's been cold since I threw it to the south pole.
Yo, how we doing? How we doing on this fine Tuesday night? Oh, I gotta do that. Every time I start up stream, I plan to say what a fine, however evening, but I never know what day it is before I start streaming, so I always have to check. But anyway, today. We're just gonna be chilling, vibing, chill YouTube night. We got a few videos that I wanna check out. I wanted to react to. This verse video is by the one and only. Oh, we're just gonna jump into it, by the way. But hold on, let me real quick check my audio. Let me make sure my audio is good. If my audio is good, honestly, it's good. It's fine. I've streamed with a lot worse. I've streamed with a lot worse audio. But anyway, let's just jump into it. First video by the one and only Dr. Insanity. When FBI agents realize they have been arrested, they have been hoodwinked and befuddled by their own people. And we already know how bad you gotta be for cops to, for the government to arrest the government. You gotta be doing some pretty messed up stuff, I would assume. Cause they usually don't. You know, I'm not gonna say nothing.
FBI
I'm not gonna say
agents
nothing.
have more power than almost any other authority out there, including the police. But what happens when undercover FBI agents get arrested by cops who have no idea?
Oh, undercover?
Here are 4 examples of this happening. Starting with the
This isn't
case of
exactly
Agent
what I expected, but hey, I'm down
Early
for
hours of
it.
December 6th, 2016, shots were heard ringing out in a Grand Rapids parking
Because I
lot.
mean, think about it. If you're undercover and you get arrested, you kind of just gotta go with it. You know what I mean? You just gotta play along. You can't be like, you can't pull out your badge while you're being arrested. And be like, hey, just don't arrest me, bro. Just play it cool. I'm working here.
Towards a police officer. A team of armed units rushed to take down the threat, but they found something they never could have expected.
You want us on them? Okay.
Give me this one.
What did he do again? There was like some ruckus going on in the parking lot.
Secured. Empty. He's got a badge. Federal Bureau. He's an FBI agent.
The man who was allegedly shooting at a police officer turned out to be an FBI agent. The man was identified as Agent Ruben Hernandez, a Las Vegas agent in Michigan on undisclosed business. Obviously, there are too many questions to count, so to help shed a little light on the situation, the cops decided to call up his partner John Salazar, who arrived at around 5 a.m.
photo coming?
Or just
We think it's Ruben.
can I see you or get a photo?
Yeah, we'll get you a photo here.
Okay, great, thanks.
So,
Are you Lieutenant Jordan? I am not.
Yeah, I know he's eating, bro.
Oh my gosh, okay. That is Ruben Hernandez.
John receives confirmation that the man they apprehended is, in fact, his partner Ruben. Definitely not
What-
the news he was
what
expecting
did
at
Ruben
5 in the
do?
morning.
Man, what is he okay? Like what happened to his face there?
he looks scuffed up, but, that wasn't done here by us. That was before we made contact. So, we'll make sure he gets checked and everything.
Do we want to get info?
Yeah, we'll find out.
He wanted to see a picture before he talked to us.
Okay.
While everybody waits for a lieutenant to arrive, two of the cops decide to move over and have a secret conversation. Unfortunately for the cops, covering a camera doesn't stop it from picking up audio. In essence, one cop mentioned how he could smell alcohol on John and that he'd noticed him eating multiple sticks of gum to presumably hide the scent on his breath. From this moment on, the cops start getting more and more suspicious of him until they finally decide to question him.
So did you get a call from him tonight?
What's that?
Did you get a call from him tonight? Someone called us and we're still trying to figure out who called us to warrant, let's say he was
Well, I
in trouble or
mean,
something.
as long as he wasn't driving.
Listen,
As long as he wasn't driving, I mean, if he's driving, okay, I get it. If he drove here, that's understandable. If he's fucking, if he fucking smells like a distillery or a brewery, walking in the police station when they saw you just get out of your car, okay, I get that. But if he, I don't know.
I'm not gonna answer anything right now. I have no idea.
Now I don't know why he covered his camera though. Like it's not like he was doing some illegal or anything by talking to his partner. Like that wouldn't be a legal problem if it was seen on the body cameras, would it? And he should know that. I don't know. Maybe he thought he was covering the mic or something. I don't know.
You're not going to answer me then.
Well, I mean, I gotta wait for, I'm talking to my superiors and everything else to see.
Oh, she told a lieutenant you're coming down here to kind of shed some light on it.
Right. No, I'm here.
Yeah.
There's also going to be a special agent from the URA here. He's, I don't know if you know S.A. Burns or not, but
Yeah.
he's going to come down here. And so, we'll go from there.
Hey, Sean, you Salazar?
Yeah, are you Trey?
No, I'm Sean Burns. I'm the SSR. All right. Okay. All right, what I want you to do is these guys are going to take you out and do it, okay? Just let them do what they got to do.
All right, hold on. Very good.
Okay, you got your creds, right?
Yeah,
You can hold on to that. I'll just take this.
It's at this point the cops decide to detain John on suspicion of DUI, so they take his firearm and bring him into a room with a breathalyzer.
Need you to seal your lips and blow and tell the beeps.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. Seal your lips and blow. Keep going. There you go. Your BAC right now is .116 at 5:22 in the morning. You'll probably be holding on to your firearm.
The legal limit for driving in Michigan is .08, so John is just over, and it's likely the number was higher an hour earlier when he was actually driving.
Yeah.
Looking at the big picture though, this is actually a very unfortunate situation for John. That night, he'd been drinking with a friend at a club while they were off duty. It was only when he was back at his hotel when the local PD called
Then he got the call, and then he had to go over there. I mean, he could.
come and verify
I
it was
mean,
his
he
partner
could have
they
got a
arrested.
ride.
Obviously, John
He could
shouldn't
have probably
driven
found a
his car
ride.
to get there, but nevertheless, you can.
And this is the, bro. I mean, I get if he had to be there. You want to get there as quick as possible. Yeah, I get that. But you're going into a police station. Think about it. Real quick. Well, I mean, he was probably like 15 beers deep. That man was. No, I mean he was a little bit over the limit, so he wasn't like blackout plastered, bro. But he definitely felt it.
See how he would make that mistake in such a stressful situation. But other than the body cam cover up, the cops handled this perfectly. However, the same cannot be said for the cops in the next case, who showed exactly what not to do when dealing with an undercover FBI agent.
I am now, because I don't know how legit you are at the moment.
It's okay. Special Agent Adam. FBI.
Okay.
You got that on body cam?
I do, but I don't understand what the problem is when you meet me at the office.
I'll talk to the U.S. Attorney's Office about it. You cut off the report last night.
Okay. Well, I will when I'm
You can't just fucking. You can't just ask an officer. Yeah, you can. Yeah. Go ahead and turn your body camera off right now. You can turn that off. Yeah. Like, you can't just do that to. I don't know. That takes some fucking. I don't know if it's cojones or stupidity to be talking to an officer like that, bro. Cause officers, like it or not, they could do what they want at the stop. And if you do anything to retaliate, and like even like especially physically, but even verbally, I don't know, you already lose. You don't fight that shit at the scene. You fight it in court. Cause
was actually investigating police corruption in the Franklin County Police Department, but he had no idea just how corrupt this officer would turn out to be. The agent had called this officer to meet at a random location and refused to meet him at their offices. If it's not already obvious, everything this agent does and says from now on is a test to try and see how well this cop follows conduct, and if his co-workers follow suit. This is why.
Oh, so he's testing the officers? Okay.
He asked him to turn off his body cam, and luckily for the cop, he passed this first test with flying colors. However, it doesn't seem as though it's going to last for very long.
Am I being detained? You're the one who called me here, sir. How did you get my phone number? You are detained at this time, sir. Hey, I don't think this guy's legit, man.
Take my weapon off, okay?
Do I have permission to take it off?
No, you don't have permission.
Okay, just hang tight right here. I'm not cuffing you.
Things are understandably not adding up for the officer, so he decides to detain the agent and waits for backup to arrive.
We're just trying to check your validity. You called a deputy sheriff's personal cell phone. You can't tell me how you got the number.
That's right.
Your tag's not coming back to the FBI.
Correct.
Okay. I haven't seen a badge. I've seen an ID card. I haven't seen a badge.
You have not seen it?
No, sir. I haven't seen a badge. I've seen an ID card.
Can I get this to you? Get you to grab it. Take it out of my hand. Do you not see a badge?
I see a badge now. That's the first time I saw the badge, sir.
You don't need to be here, deputy.
When backup arrives, the officer explains the full situation to them, saying the suspect is armed, uncooperative, and above all, incredibly suspicious. Receiving a call on your personal phone number from an FBI agent would definitely ring alarm bells as a cop.
Yeah, if I was a cop and I just randomly got and the FBI just randomly hit me up while I was on duty, I would be shitting my fucking pants. Even if you didn't do fucking nothing, if you get a call from a fucking FBI agent saying, hey, I need you to meet me at this undisclosed location, you're gonna be shitting your pants.
It's important that they continue to be professional and follow the rules. The officers proceed to handcuff the agent and place him in the back of their patrol car, where he starts to complain that the heat is way too high in the vehicle and that he desperately needs air. But all of a sudden, they receive a call from HQ that should put the entire event to rest.
I'm on the phone with his supervisor out of Tallahassee. He is legit.
So they just said,
Oh, you got backed up?
all right, that's what I'm doing right now. They just called back. He is legit.
Even after this, though, the officer still decides to keep the agent inside the patrol vehicle,
What?
despite being explicitly told that he is actually an FBI agent. Instead of letting him out as instructed, the officers continue to talk about the situation while he begs to be let go. But after an extra 3 minutes of completely unnecessary conversation, the agent is finally let out of the vehicle.
Yeah, they definitely just did that out of spite, bro. They just got confirmation that he was legit. He's an actual FBI agent. So you can put your suspicions and everything aside. That was deliberate. They deliberately chose to stay there for an extra 3 minutes while that man burned was cooked alive in the sun in that hot ass Charger, bro. Cause I know that shit is hot as fuck, man. I know that shit is like a toaster oven in there. Let me close my door real quick. Let's keep watching.
As though he's not feeling too good.
We're releasing you right now,
Call
sir.
911 now. Call 911. I need
30.
They're begging you to cut off your fucking
Yeah, I'm gonna turn this up a
Further
little
10
bit.
minutes, medics arrive, and the agent is taken away in an ambulance. Thankfully,
So
despite
quiet.
what can only be described as disrespect
On
and
stream.
neglect from the officers, the agent suffered no serious injuries. But things ended differently for ATF Agent Burke, who was treated so badly by police that he had to file a lawsuit against them. Agent Burke was dispatched to a house to confiscate a firearm. that had been
They were just
illegally
shoving
acquired
his
by the
face into the
residents. However,
concrete.
instead of being granted access to the
Now
home, the door
you know that concrete is blazing hot too.
was
That
instead
shit is
shut
like
in
a
his face,
stovetop.
and the residents called the police. The cops were given Agent Burke's badge number, but still treated the incident as a break-in.
It looks hot
and
in black
Burke
and
as
white.
a criminal.
You know it's got to be hot if it looks hot in black and white.
Okay, let me see your hands. I need to see some ID. Get on the ground. Get on the ground now.
Yo, what's good? What's poppin'?
Get on the ground now. Federal agent. 917-110-3. Federal agent. Get on the ground.
Agent Burke refuses immediate orders to get on the ground.
This
Likely
is,
so police can check if he's armed or not.
basically
And
cops
continues the
versus
investigation
FBI
safely.
agents.
Burke believes that because he's a federal agent, he's not subject to the orders of municipal
You in a
police. But if that
monsoon
was the
storm right
case,
now?
Any criminal could falsely claim they were a
Damn.
federal agent to bypass police orders.
Down here
Enough,
today,
he looks like a threat.
cause today it was, bro, it rained harder than it has been. Oh yeah, me too, me too. But today it was pouring, bro.
Himself, it remains that he should have politely followed the orders so the cops could figure out the situation
Damn.
easily. But instead, things continued to escalate.
What the heck's the matter with you? Who do you think you are? Get on the ground.
Jumper, thanks.
I'm not getting
917, I'm pulling up.
I got my ID.
Do not reach for your waist. Keep your hands up.
Once a second officer
Damn.
arrives,
Is
Burke
it
finally
like starting
follows
to
the
break
orders
things?
and lays down on the ground.
Do not resist. I'm not resisting. You're acting like a moron. Wait a second. Stop. Wait a second. Wait a second. Don't do this. Wait a second. I got a medical condition. Get my license out.
We're under,
of my pocket.
we're
getting
under
you
wait. Oh, I need to see this again. Wait, we're under service. Thunderstorm and flash warning from government. Sounded like a bomb though. It was a flashbang. Oh yeah, I bet, bro. I bet, man. Flash floods are scary as shit. I'm gonna be honest. That shit scares the hell out of me. Whenever I'm in the desert and it starts to rain, I just try not to take my chances, cause I know them things can come out of nowhere. Sorry, I touched his eyes of fear. You sound like you seem like you're in another dimension right now. Morales killed many a homeless dude under a bridge. That it has. That it has.
I got my ID. Do not reach for your waist. Keep your hands up.
Once a second officer arrives, Burke finally follows the orders
So
and lays down on the ground.
all. Hey. What's up?
Follows the order.
Keep your hands up.
Once a second officer
Alright,
arrives,
so-
Burke finally follows
Alright,
the
so
orders
there's
and lays
two
down on the
officers,
Do not resist.
and he.
You're acting like a
ground. And once a second officer arrives, Burke finally.
Why isn't the full? Why isn't the full clip here?
follows
That
the
always
orders
annoys
and
me,
lays
bro.
down on the ground.
Do not resist.
Maybe there's a full clip somewhere in here.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Don't do this. Wait a second. I got a medical condition. Get my license out of my pocket. We're getting you secured first. Please, wait. No, whoa. Hold on. I'm hyperventilating. Please. Wait,
Ew.
sir. I'm not. Stop resisting. Would you please get my ID out of my left pocket? Stop. I'm begging you. My wife's pregnant. Please. It's right here. Please get it. Wait, sir, help me up. Just hold me up. Sir, I can't do it. Wait. Sir! Stop resisting now. Please help me.
Oh,
Sir,
just-
please get my federal creds. Get your taser out, Dylan. No, don't do that, please. Sir. Don't make me tase you. Put your right arm behind your back. Okay.
Oh, what?
Help me up. Help me up. No, you're going to stay on the ground and put your right arm behind your back. Let me breathe.
Why is he?
I'm gonna. Ow, don't do that. Okay. Here. My God. It is cuffed. Please stop. Please stop.
He has
sir.
his hand.
Wait a
Is he
second.
still tasing him?
Cuffed. Please stop. Ow, don't do that. Okay. Here. My God. It is cuffed. Please stop. Please stop.
He has his hands behind his back and everything. The cop is still.
Sir. Wait a second.
We all up here. It came through the vents. That would be pretty nice. It just randomly hotboxed. I want to have a house that has that feature. I can just choose, like I can flip a switch and it would send Zaza through the AC system and hotbox the whole house. I might have to build that. Water. I let he thinks he's hot shit, then he turns to a kid. Oh my god, man.
A second. Sir. Please help me up.
In the distressing footage, Burke
Yeah,
continues to
real
tell the
quick.
officers that he's an ATF agent out on a call and to simply take his ID from his back pocket. After finally looking at his ID, officers keep him under arrest and take him to their patrol vehicle.
Not what I was talking about. What I was talking about rain and
Sir.
damn, it was storming that
Talking
bad.
over his pleas and explanations regarding his medical condition.
Please, sir. If you are a real police officer, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
But I mean, that's still a pretty good idea that I had. I'm just saying,
We got him in the
I might have to patent that.
He might even be a real cop, but he wouldn't tell us.
Actually,
what-
patent
wouldn't do
pending.
anything. Wouldn't get on the ground. I mean, what the heck? We had to taser him, so we got a medic coming. If he is
Hey,
an actual police officer,
where's the
he ought to
work?
be ashamed of himself.
Hell yeah.
You're not. You're right. You're not. Yeah. No, you screwed up. You bet.
Police
Oh,
continue to
God.
retain Burke in their patrol vehicle for over an hour longer before eventually releasing him without charges. Despite not necessarily showing
Yeah.
perfect conduct himself, Burke decided to
Yeah,
sue the
'cause
Columbus
they
Police
were both
Department
in the
not
wrong.
over
That's
an
the thing. Mm, Did he ever?
An ATF agent out on a call and to simply take his
Okay.
ID from his back pocket. After finally looking at his ID, officers keep him under arrest and take him to their patrol vehicle.
Why would you make us do this? I didn't want you. I wanted it. Wait. Hold him.
I'm wondering why he was being so, like, defensive. Remember, kids, if the ATF is following you, call the police and have them arrested. Hey, that's how you deal with the ATF.
Sir,
The cops then force Burke into the vehicle, talking over his pleas and explanations regarding his medical
You just
condition.
get him arrested while you drive
If you are a
away.
real police officer, you ought to be ashamed of
You
yourself.
just slip away and blend in with the crowd.
We got him in the car. He might even be a real cop, but he wouldn't tell us, wouldn't do anything, wouldn't get on the ground. I mean, what the heck? We had to tase rooms, we got a medic coming. If he is an actual police officer, he ought to be ashamed of himself. You're not. You're right, you're not. Yeah. No, you screwed up, you bet.
Police continued to detain Burke in their patrol vehicle for over an hour longer before eventually releasing him without charges. Despite not necessarily showing perfect conduct himself, Burke decided to sue the Columbus Police Department, citing excessive force and unlawful arrest. The original complaint says that after the incident, which caused him both physical and mental harm, he was taken from active duty and confined solely to administrative and support roles, with adjustments having to be made to the department to accommodate him. As of this video's upload, the case is still ongoing. Realistically, both parties involved in this case were in the wrong to some extent, but in the case of Mac Proctor, things are totally different. Mac is supposedly an undercover agent with a very strong knowledge of the law, and he's about to show exactly how corrupt police officers can be completely unprovoked. Mac was parked in a private parking lot waiting for a takeout order while on his shift as a delivery driver. While his vehicle wasn't in a designated parking spot, it wasn't blocking the flow of traffic, and he'd only left it there unattended while picking up his food. Upon returning to his vehicle, Mac was approached by a police officer stating he was violating parking rules.
All right, Mr. Proctor.
Okay.
Everything okay?
Do I need to answer any of your questions?
You don't have to answer anything.
Okay.
After you stand here all day. I get paid either way.
Can you go ahead and finish your job so I can carry on?
What's up with the anger, dude?
I'm not angry.
You always talk to everybody like that?
I'm not angry. I just want you to go ahead and wrap things up, please.
Of course, Mac has every right to stay silent in the face of the officer's questions.
My man knows his rights.
Ones that don't at all pertain to criminal proceedings. At no point did he raise his tone or say anything out of line.
Exactly. He just stated flatly, I will only... He just basically said flatly that I will only answer questions that I'm required to answer.
Officer asks why he's being so angry. Many people think that some police officers are used to consistently being in command and control on these interactions, and it's possible the same is true with this officer. When Mac exercised his rights and just asked for things to be moved along, this cop was surprised and took it as a combative statement.
He just said, do what you gotta do.
I'll give you a break on it, but you know what I'm saying? This isn't a parking spot. Okay, dude?
You're not giving me a break. You're harassing me at this point. I'd like to leave. May I leave now, please?
Well, do you understand?
Am I being detained?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some are just
So do you understand why I stopped?
polite to answer. Yeah.
Do I need to answer any more of your questions?
You need to be polite.
The officer informs Mac that he...
Because angering the police officer is not a good way to go. Just be polite. Don't answer too many questions though. Just be polite, but be mindful of
He is being detained for parking here. To issue a citation for parking violation, you must be breaking either local, state, or federal law. Something like parking in a handicap spot without proper documentation.
Hey, Mr. Proctor, can I just give you your stuff so you can leave?
Can you?
I can.
Exactly.
I would have let you go a long time ago.
What do I need to do for you to hand
We
me my
don't self-snitch around here.
I just want to know that you're okay, because usually I don't get people all
What do I need to do for you to hand me my documents so I can be on my way?
You're okay.
I don't need to answer any of your questions.
There we go again. Jesus Christ. Trying to say that
You're trying to display your power to me right
no,
now.
I'm concerned about it. Is there a problem to be concerned about another human being?
You have no reason to be concerned about me.
So it's okay then. You're okay. Then
You can hand me my documents and I can be on my way, or we can...
Okay. You're not gonna... Okay, here. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna take a chance on you, right here. Mr. Proctor, you brought everything's cool, all right? We're blocking traffic here to your stuff.
Mac was allowed to leave without further incident, but this interaction raises questions about why he was met with further difficulties after doing nothing other than exercising his Fifth Amendment right. In fact, it's strange that the entire interaction even happened in the first place. If the officer had observed Mac's vehicle obstructing traffic, the incident could have been avoided by simply asking him to move his vehicle out of the way and let him go about his day from there. Instead, the officer detained Mac, preventing him from moving his vehicle and keeping it in the very place that's allegedly impeding traffic flow. The cop later found out that Mac wasn't even a federal agent or officer himself, and simply managed to prove just how valuable it is to know the law.
I don't know, cause I can see both sides. It's weird. You see that video of the guy who shot the 2 kids in the McDonald's parking lot? Yeah. Wasn't that in Texas, if I'm not mistaken? I remember that fucking video. Hold up. Let me pull that shit up. Cause I don't know. I know exactly which one you're talking about. Officer. It was a rookie officer, right? A rookie officer shoots teen in McDonald's parking lot. This whole situation was crazy, bro. Yeah, San Antonio officer fired after shooting teen in a McDonald's parking lot. This one was fucking crazy. So apparently he, from what I know about it, the officer had an incident the other day with a car that looked similar to the one that the teens were riding in, and eating their dinner in the McDonald's parking lot, minding their business, completely unrelated to anything. And the cop, he just went in at donut operator on the last part. Hell yeah, bro. Donut operator is so fucking cool. I love his videos, man. He's so fucking cool. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, he had an incident with a car the other day, and then he saw this car that looked similar to the car before. So I think he did call in backup, but before waiting for backup or anything to arrive, he just went in, opened the door, and when the kids started. And when the dude started freaking out because someone opened his fucking door, I would too. If someone opened my fucking door while I was eating, and I didn't know who it was, I would freak out too. So he threw it in reverse, and the cop just fucking unloaded on the fucking. He's a teenager. Just watch this shit.
San Antonio police officer was fired after shooting a teen eating a hamburger in a car in a McDonald's parking lot.
Get out of the car.
Damn. Oh yeah, donut operator. I forgot he made a video on it. But bro, he just said get out of the car. Bro, if someone opened my fucking door and told me get out of the car, my brain wouldn't register, oh, that's a police officer. I would be like, what the fuck? And I get the hell out of there, bro. Same as he did. But that's not justification for a cop to unload his whole fucking clip into your side door, right into the fucking driver's side window. Operator Yeah, this one.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Actually, I did, because of my badass situational awareness. I'm Instructor Donut, and I'm going to be teaching you about one of the most dangerous calls a police officer can respond to. You may recognize me from classic training films, such as
but at the same time, it's all split-second decisions. You got X videos saved to your hotbar. Weird.
You spot a car that ran from you the night
Weird.
before for improper registration. What do you do? Shoot them.
I would be very surprised if I had X videos saved to my hotbar.
Pull your patrol car up behind them and initiate a traffic stop.
Imagine I do it. I'm just fucking. But honestly, I'd be very fucking surprised. I have a DJ mixing thing.
Scenario change. They pull a hamburger. Shoot the devil. You just gave me
Son of a bitch. Oh, good thing he had the disclaimer there. Very many. Always make sure to reload on innocent people eating their hamburgers. Tactical assault fries.
Police officers before. Mick P5, the Mick 18, the Chicken Mick Nagant, the Mick Deuce, the Big
Exactly.
Mac 10.
You never know. The Big Mac 10 is a good one. I want the Big Mac 10.
Aside, I really hope that young
I
man
keep the
makes
Big
it
Mac
through.
10 as
You should
a
definitely always call out cops like that.
everyday
I've always
carry.
done it. I don't know why people think I don't ever do that. This looks kind of familiar. That shooting happened in San Antonio, right? It actually happened right there in that parking space where that silver car is parked. I guess you could say this is my first on-scene Donut News Network thing. I don't know. You know, training videos like that could become a reality if we don't stop defunding the police. Guy backed out of there. 10 shots were fired
Mac
right
P5.
there, and then dude took off that way. Not too much on-scene reporting. That's what happened. Here's the full breakdown. Hi everyone.
Big
Donut
Mac
here. Today we're going
P5.
to be talking about a shooting that is very controversial online, especially on Twitter, where a 17-year-old right down the road from me, actually, in a McDonald's parking lot, viciously pointed a hamburger at a San Antonio police officer. I originally found this shooting on Twitter from the Twitter user Libertarian Party of Delaware. They stated, chewing a burger without a burger chewing license, death penalty. By the way, if you're not subscribed to me yet, please subscribe. Police activity and I are neck and neck.
The worst
once
crime
again.
you can
And the
commit.
internet is angry about this one. The shooting that the Libertarian Party of Delaware
Committed
posted
burger
has
assault.
over 4 million views now. What are people saying? I think I've gotten tagged in this more than I've ever been tagged in any other shooting, nearly. I said, look, he could have caused death or serious bodily harm with that burger. I got some memes running around here. Guy eating a burger peacefully in his car. San Antonio cop who can't read a license plate.
They didn't
I
upload
checked the laws,
the-
all of them, and it turns out
They
sitting
didn't
behind the wheel of
update
a
the
car that
American
looks similar
card?
to a car a cop chased yesterday isn't a felony. And the ACAB posts, of course, are on here.
Huh.
Oops, all bad apples. No warning, just opens the door. Guy probably thought he was being carjacked. Cop needs to go to jail. Cops should be like firemen. Instead of wandering around looking for people to kill, they should hang out in the station until someone calls them. No, it doesn't work like that. Opening the door, violation.
what they
Get
say?
out the car, violation.
I need to hear that again.
For people to kill, they should hang out in the station. Cops should be like firemen. Instead of wandering around looking for people to kill, they should hang out in the station until someone calls them.
Okay, buddy.
No, it doesn't work like that. Opening the door.
Exactly.
Violation. Get out the car.
They didn't renew their American subscription, so they didn't allow to eat burgers. They didn't sign up for their cholesterol subscription. It was a monthly service.
Violation 2, firing weapon. Violation 3, lie about circumstances. Violation 4, arrest the officer. What was the threat? That escalated too damn fast. I'm really lost at why he fired. What had happened was San Antonio, Texas, known for being the best community of YouTube creators on the planet.
Sir?
October October 2nd,
You have a
2022,
expired
an
cholesterol
officer
card?
with The San Antonio Police Department responded to a disturbance in the McDonald's parking lot on Blanco Road. While they're trying to gather information about the original cause
I'm gonna
of
have
the
to remove you
disturbance,
off
he
this
spotted
planet.
a car that looked like a car that had previously fled from him. He had tried pulling over that car the night before instead of literally anything else, like what was discussed in my training video, or something even as simple as running the tag. The officer walks over to the car.
Exactly. What? There were so many options. There were so many options before running in there and opening the door with no backup.
Occupant to get out. Now remember that fancy term we talked about in my last video, the totality of the circumstances, which means all the information put forth in front of the officer to make a critical decision. In the shooting video that I made a couple of days ago, there were like
running the tags
really
isn't
good
foolproof.
reasons to shoot that man in the back. The totality of the circumstances came together.
Because
into
you
a
run the
good
tags and
reasons
it's
that were so good, the officer in that video
it could
will
be
never be
a
charged
stolen
criminally
vehicle,
for that.
or it
Let's
could be
look at
stolen
the totality
tags.
of the circumstances in this McDonald's incident. One, that car looks like
But-
that car that fled from the officer over a misdemeanor tag violation. And
Isn't there like?
oh, that's it.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not no police officer, but isn't there like a mental checklist that you're supposed to do when you're evaluating situations like this? There's a checklist of things that you need to do.
Oh, there's a tiny bit more to it. According to the San Antonio training commander, Alyssa Campos, this vehicle is not the subject of the disturbance call. The officer thought the car may be a
Officer
stolen
got
vehicle
people
and called
own
for
the same
cover.
model.
Reports aren't stating
Yeah, he forgot. He
previous
forgot that
incident possibly
cars
happened
can look
with
the
this
same.
car that could be the person that fled from the officer, other than he was going to pull it over previously because it had the wrong tag on it. Having the wrong tag on the car really isn't a huge indicator for a stolen vehicle. That's all the officer had to go on. But hey, maybe the officer knows more than we do. They're not really saying much about the previous incident. So if he truly believes, if he has the reasonable suspicion and the probable cause to believe that car might be stolen, then yeah, call another officer over and then go talk to the guy. Well, he does call another officer over, he just doesn't wait for them. He walks over, opens the door, and orders the 17-year-old out of the vehicle. Breakdown. As soon as the officer opens the door, you see the team sitting inside of the car eating a burger, minding his own business. At this time, there was a young female in the passenger seat beside him. The officer says, "Get out of the car." The teen, who looks spooked as hell, says, "Why?" turns his steering wheel in a direction where the car won't run the officer over and backs up.
Get out of the car.
From what it looks like, the open door does bump the officer a little bit, but he quickly backs up and is not in danger anymore. The officer is completely out of the way of the vehicle at this point, with no danger of being dragged or ran over.
It's so
He then
it
pulls out
happened
his
so
service pistol
quick.
and
The
fires
dude
5
probably
shots at
didn't
his
even
suspect.
register that it was a police officer until he already reacted, and by that time he was already getting shot. So what are you supposed to do at that point? Just stop.
The teen throws the car into drive and pulls out away from the dude shooting at him. The officer then fires 5 more shots at the car.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots
Didn't.
fired!
As we discussed in the last video with the case law Tennessee versus Garner, you can only use deadly force against a fleeing subject if they pose a threat of serious bodily harm or death to you or others, which in this
I don't know. He did have the Big Mac 10 on him.
He clearly didn't. The officer stepped back and was clear of danger, and there was minimal threat to him at the time he fired his gun. It could be argued that he did commit the 3rd-degree felony of assault.
He didn't wear his
by tapping
seatbelt.
him with his door a little bit,
Yeah.
but that doesn't constitute a serious bodily harm.
Yeah,
as
he
the
wasn't
officer
wearing
got
his
out of the way
seatbelt while he was
immediately,
eating.
Wasn't being dragged by the car.
He was in the
over by
car without a
etc.
seatbelt.
Did the driver realize
Eating
it was
in a
caught?
parking lot.
Maybe. He could have been in
What a
fight or
fucking
flight,
criminal.
seeing as how one moment he's eating a cheeseburger and talking to his boo thing, and the next moment a big dude he doesn't know just flings his door open and tells him to get out. If he saw it was a cop, should he have ran?
He doesn't have his
Absolutely not.
cholesterol
Tappa
card.
tappa to the officer's
He's
shoulder,
not
but the car
buckled
doors
up.
Constitute 10 shots into a vehicle with 2 teenagers.
What a
inside
criminal
and
delinquent.
violent. No, the San Antonio police chief agrees. Police Chief William McManus told San Antonio Report The Brennan's actions were entirely against policy and training that we received. It started going bad from the very start of this encounter, said McManus, questioning why the officer approached the vehicle in the first place. You don't know that for certain it's the same vehicle. You don't know for certain it's the same driver. Tactically,
It was really cheap for the
placed
fish
himself
fillet.
above an open door with a car that was turned on. Once the officer cleared the door and was no longer in danger of being knocked down or pulled out of the car, he was not in a position where he should have used deadly force.
He's reaching. He's reaching.
Shots were also against
Oh,
policy.
yeah.
So what happened
Good thing
when
we
all
got
this
him.
happened?
Did you get the
They
gun?
immediately shit-canned.
What gun?
They wanted to distance themselves as much as possible from this incident. The chief said our policies are sound and our training is good.
He was
And I don't
grabbing
see
the
any
fillet
way
of
that would
fish.
require review. This was an individual failure, not a training failure, not a policy failure. So basically he was like, this guy, I ain't got nothing to do with him shooting into this car. This ain't my agency. This ain't me. F him. San Antonio Police Department, like most agencies, put their new hires on a probationary period as part of their employment contract. This means that within a year of becoming a police, they can be fired at any time for any reason. It's a pretty solid insurance policy for police
With his
departments to treat
hand-
officers who f up. And
With his hand
they
towards
will.
the cookie.
They all f up.
Exactly.
It's not as bad as this. Like not shooting into a vehicle
It was in the
without a
direction.
very good reason. So what happened to the young man in the car? Police found him a couple minutes later down the road where he had pulled over because, well, he had bullet holes in him. He had been shot a couple times. Reports are not stating the extent
I
of
can
his
imagine
injuries
that
or where
would
he was shot, but as of
be
yesterday morning,
uncomfortable.
Friday, he is still in critical condition. After taking him to the hospital, they still charged him with evading detention in a vehicle and assault. on a
That's
police
crazy.
officer. Yesterday, Friday the 7th, the district attorney of Bexar County, Joe Gonzalez, rejected
You
the
look
charges
like a
against
fish
the
out of
young
water.
man, stating,
Honestly.
Hey, are you fucking serious, bro? Okay, so he didn't really say that, but he did reject the charges. I'm sure he was thinking that, though. I think it's safe to say if dude pulls through this, he's gonna get fucking paid by San Antonio.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
gonna get a fat paycheck. I'm filming this on Saturday the 8th.
He's gonna have
At
a
this
pretty
time, no
big
criminal
payday.
charges have been
He's
filed
probably
against
gonna be
the
set for
officer.
life.
The American Heart Association also made a statement on this, thanking the officer for stopping the young man from eating McDonald's. What do you think about this incident? Do you think the officer should be charged with something? Let me know in the comments below. If you think I'm wrong about anything I said,
Stop
let me
this
know that
reckless
too. If you want
hoodlum. This reckless criminal delinquent from consuming his cholesterol-filled McDonald's. Oh, it just amazes me how he didn't run the tags. He didn't wait for backup. He just ran in. Exactly. He just ran in and fucking just opened the door. And then just started firing. I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't understand. Like this dude that became a fake gynecologist. Actually, I do understand. There's a lot of fucking weird people in this world. There's a lot of crazy, weird people that will do a lot of fucking weird shit. So that's why you gotta always keep your eyes open, keep your head on a swivel, and just pay attention to your surroundings.
Like, really horrible. It could take up to 14 years and millions
Exactly.
of dollars in debt before you can start taking people's kidneys out legally. But what if I told you you didn't have to go through all those years of schooling and debt to become a doctor? Because
Yeah.
just a few years ago,
All that shit is for fucking nerds,
the person
bro.
I'm talking about fooled the world into
Real
thinking they
doctors
were
just
an
jump
actual
into it
doctor.
head first.
Not twice, but 4 times. And all before the age of 20.
I remember my first surgery like it was yesterday. I broke into the local hospital, kicked the surgeon out of the room, and started going wrist deep in this dude's brain.
He also looked like he was about 12 years old. Kid thought to himself, man, I must really be getting old because these new doctors get younger every year. He just shrugged it off.
Crazy experience.
His busy day of staring at women's vaginas. He was
I never figured out what happened to him. because I had to jump out the window when the cop showed up, but
with the phone number written on it. He called the number and he said that he just recently graduated med school and was wondering if he could shadow Kent.
I mean,
Kent thought about it for a second.
there's probably some gynecologists that
For the next few weeks, Dr.
dove
Kent
headfirst in.
was a sucker wandering the halls, following doctors around, taking notes, and just generally acting weird as hell. Kent asked around and it seemed like nobody knew who this guy was. Then one day, Kent looked out his window and noticed police putting the young doctor in handcuffs. Earlier that day, security guard got curious and looked the doctor up in the system. And it turns out, he didn't even work at the hospital. Security questioned the so-called doctor, but he couldn't keep his answers straight, so they called the cops. He told police that this was a big misunderstanding, and he had been a doctor for years, and that his family would vouch for him. But when his mother showed up to the scene, she did no such thing. According to her, his son was suffering from some mental condition, but he refused to take his medication. Now, I'm not sure which medical disorder makes you...
Damn, so he just showed up one day pretending to be a doctor and everyone just like, oh, yeah.
Wearing a fake lab coat from Party City. And the fact that it took the hospital over a month...
Yo, what's up, doctor?
...was actually kind of terrifying. Since he was a minor and never actually treated any patients, the hospital decided to go easy. They didn't press any charges and his name wasn't released publicly. At least not at the time. This was the first time Malachi Love Robinson would get in trouble for impersonating a doctor. But it wouldn't be the last.
That's crazy.
Mr. Robinson from his famous meme where he looks extremely handsome and qualified. Despite his face being all over the internet in this incredible photo, most of you don't know the true story of Malachi Love Robinson or the absolute insanity of him. This story actually makes me scared to ever go to a hospital, just in case the doctor's some psychotic teenager masquerading as a physician. But to really understand this story, we gotta start.
My man's wasn't certified.
Periodically flashback to provide more context. Before we do that, I gotta tell you about today's sponsor.
My man wasn't a certified kitty you know what I'm trying to say. Analyzer and you know what the fuck I'm trying to say.
Chemicals Fume uses naturally flavored cores like cranberry and peppermint. It's essentially flavored air, which is fantastic because the one problem I've always had with air is that it's too plain. Stopping is something we all put off because it's hard, but switching to Fume is easy and fun. Fume has served over 100,000 customers.
I didn't even realize this was an ad. I just yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I don't remember. I genuinely don't remember what I just said. So I guess it wasn't important. I genuinely don't remember. I'm sorry, bro.
Ever since he could remember, Malachi always wanted to be a doctor. Every second of his free time was spent watching reruns of Grey's Anatomy, playing Operation, and dissecting stray cats in his neighborhood.
Oh, my man watched every episode of Grey's Anatomy, House, fucking,
But it didn't matter, because our boy Malachi was going to be a big shot doctor one day. Prove everybody wrong.
what's that other medical show? The other medical show?
Being a doctor required doing work, and lots of it. I don't know how it is in other countries, but in the U.S. it takes a minimum of 10 years before you can start actually practicing medicine. But Malachi didn't have that kind of time. The man was already 17. He was basically 1 foot in the grave, and he wasn't about to spend the next decade of his life being indoctrinated by the medical industrial complex. So Malachi decided that not only was he going to be a doctor, but he was also not going to go to med school, I guess. After all, what can you learn in med school that you can't learn in an afternoon browsing Facebook? Fast forward to 2016. It's now been over a year since Malachi.
Yeah, med school takes a lot of hard work and dedication and a lot of sleepless nights and hours studying and everything, so I just decided to skip it, you know? It's so much fucking easier.
So his second attempt at being a fake doctor,
You don't have to do all the work. You just be a doctor.
and I know what you're thinking. How the hell did he get the money to do that? Well, let's back up a little bit. Shortly after graduating high school, Malachi picked up a job as a massage therapist. A job which, surprisingly, he was not qualified to do. And it was a pretty decent gig, but Malachi was just too ambitious.
Him being passed out from the different medicines you need to try. Like the opioids and morphine. Oh, that man was definitely staying after in the back room. You know damn well he was on the clock too. He was just in the back room huffing. Actually, he probably wasn't even on the clock. He probably wasn't even on the roster or anything. He probably wasn't even on the schedule. He probably just showed up and everyone just assumed he was on the schedule.
His patients respected him, and he even got promoted to clinical director after just a few months. But that would all change when the Florida Department of Health got an anonymous tip that Malachi wasn't who he claimed to be. This letter requires the highest priority. The individual listed below was claiming to have 3 degrees, all acquired by the age of 18. Malachi Love is impersonating a medical doctor and a psychologist, all while having absolutely no license. Please intervene. He is a very skilled con man. He is truly a danger to the public. Sincerely, a concerned citizen. You know this was serious because whoever wrote it put 3 exclamation points at the end.
Oh yeah, I didn't know it was serious until I saw the 3 exclamation points. That really emphasized the seriousness of this claim.
After a very short investigation,
I know that was crazy that his mom did. I mean, it sounds like she's been dealing with that, with similar situations of shit going on since that kid been on this earth.
Stop fucking pretending to be a medical professional. Malachi read the cease and desist over carefully and tossed it right in the trash, and then immediately started pretending to be a medical professional. That's when he dialed the insanity up to 10 and finally opened up his own medical clinic with the money he saved up.
He started his own clinic.
After his first stunt, the now 18-year-old Malachi Love rented a small medical office in Palm Beach, Florida. He named his practice the New Birth, New Life Medical Center and Urgent Care, complete with a website and Facebook page. If you didn't know any better, you would think this place was just a regular old doctor's office. They even accepted insurance. To add even more credibility, Malachi made an account on healthgrades.org, a website where you can rate doctors. This is where the famous meme of him comes from. His biography on the website read, "Hello, I am Dr. Malachi A. Love Robinson. I am a well-rounded professional that treats and cares for patients using a system of practice that bases treatment of psychological functions and abnormal conditions on natural laws. Governing the human body, I utilize physiological, psychological, and mechanical methods such as air, water, light, heat, earth, phototherapy, food and herb therapy, psychotherapy."
Damn, my man does it all.
Physiotherapy, minor orificial. It goes on like that for a while. Okay, I only read like half of it before I got tired. And I don't know what 90% of these words mean. I guess he thought listing off half the periodic table along with a handful of medical buzzwords made him seem more legit. But for good measure, he also left himself a bunch of fake 5-star reviews. And he also listed his age as 25 instead of 18. But the cherry on top of this whole thing is his misspelling of the word professional, which is probably the least professional thing you can do. Despite the dubiousness behind the scenes, probably the least professional thing of the word professional.
I'm just wondering how you don't
probably the least professional thing you can do.
Just run it through a spell check or anything. Use Google Docs, something. Google Docs would have fucking caught that shit. Exactly. This man is the king of the Indian scammers, bro. This man is the king of the scammers. He lives in the penthouse of the he lives in the penthouse of the scam office building.
Love Robinson was surprised to see us in his waiting room, but agreed to an interview. The first thing Love Robinson did was to slowly remove his stethoscope and lab coat, an ensemble that numerous witnesses tell me he wears everywhere.
In this interview, Malachi emphasizes that he is not a medical doctor and has never claimed to be.
You've got a lot of sites online, all claiming that you're a doctor.
Well, no, they don't claim medical doctor, as I am aware of. If you could stop recording this.
The reason he was able to call himself
What you mean doctor? What you mean doctor?
Pretty impressive. When I was 18, I was addicted to nitrous oxide and selling vape pens to middle school. But it turns out Dr.
Exactly.
Online institution
I could definitely see this story being the start of a certain movie.
Doctorate in spirituality, or hey, what about a doctorate of metaphysics and miracles for just $89.99? It states on the website
you can just get a fucking degree. You can just buy the. Oh yeah, I think I've heard about these. The fucking online universities that are like they seem like they're real universities. Like when you look into them and everything, you just basically buy the certificate.
Online institution known as Universal Life Church Seminary. You can get yourself a master's degree in Druidism, or better yet, a doctorate in spirituality, or hey, what about a doctorate of metaphysics and miracles for just $89.99? It states on the website that with this certificate, you can legally call yourself a doctor. Kind of reminds myself of a certain sponsor I did on this channel a little while ago. Now, I actually signed up for this course and completed it, and I now have my diploma right here, which I'll put right next to my bachelor from DeVry and my established titles lordship plaque. From now on, I want you all to refer to me as Dr. Dantavius. Thank you very much. So yeah, Dr. Malachi Love Robinson.
I don't know if you can legally claim yourself as a doctor. That doesn't seem very legal.
Universal Life Church. But he wanted to make it very clear that he was not a medical doctor, despite the fact that the sign right outside his building had MD
I'm a doctor.
next to his name, which, if you're not familiar, stands for
I'm a doctor. I'm not a medical doctor. What the fuck gave you the impression that I was a medical doctor? I'm a doctor.
He didn't authorize, but an ND or naturopathic doctor.
The problem is
He just said, yeah, I didn't authorize that. That wasn't me.
Basically, any schmuck can put ND at the end of their name, and that's exactly what Dr. Love Robinson, ND, did. During the interview, he also took the opportunity to explain his side of the story with the situation that happened a year before at St. Mary's. According to him, the whole thing was just a big misunderstanding. He had every right to be there, and he was just trying to shadow some doctors so we could learn a thing or two.
I requested to shadow some physicians. Next thing I know, cops are there. That's all I know. All I know. I have no idea. This story was broadcast everywhere. Like I'm some insane maniac that's just out here doing crazy things.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, guys. This interview did.
I mean, he did do a few wild things.
Despite all the setbacks, he was never giving up on his dream of being a fake doctor. He even said that in the near future, he was gonna open up a second clinic, New Birth, New Life Medical Center 2, Electric Boogaloo. But unfortunately for our favorite medical professional, things don't always turn out the way you want them. Just 3 short weeks after his clinic opened, a patient walked in and took a seat in the waiting room. The man was suffering from an extremely bad case of Gilmore's groin. So Dr. Love took the man into the examination room right away. There, he did a full body exam, and I mean a full body exam, and proceeded to offer the patient medical advice, which was nothing out of the ordinary for him. Then, before he knew it, the doors were kicked down by the FBI, and a shootout ensued. 3 of the members of his staff were shot before the feds finally took him down and arrested him for his crimes.
It's usually how it goes.
That would be sick though. But
Oh yeah, that would be a sick movie.
Police officer. And once Malachi offered him medical advice, his partner entered the room and both of them escorted him into the back of an unmarked police car. Just a year after being walked out of St. Mary's, Malachi was now being walked out of his very own clinic.
What you mean fake story? That's how my Saturdays usually go.
Facing several different charges, including grand theft, fraud, and practicing medicine without a license. Luckily, he had the money to pay his bail, and his lawyers advised him to lay low and stay out of the spotlight until the trial was over. Except he didn't lay low at all. In fact, he did the exact opposite of laying low and held a fucking press conference where he said he felt saddened and disrespected by these accusations. And in fact, he asked the public to pray for him as he battles through the claims being made against him.
We thank you for the concerns indeed.
Everything is crumbling,
about
man.
the accusations that have happened.
Just count your losses.
I am deeply saddened.
If I was him, I would have counted my losses and just
Now, this press conference pissed a lot of people off.
He's dead.
Plus, it's funny that this kid just threw on a lab coat one day and decided to open up a fake medical practice. But you have to remember, this guy was out here convincing old ladies that he was a doctor and giving them faulty medical advice and charging them buckets of money for the convenience. Take 86-year-old Annette.
Yeah.
She was suffering from a chronic stomach issue, and after going to multiple specialists, couldn't find relief. So she reached out to Dr. Love after stumbling upon his extremely professional website. He came to her house a total of 5 times and gave her some vitamins, for which he charged her a total of $3,490.
Shit, homie.
One night, Mrs. Morris was in extreme pain, so she called Dr. Love, who rushed right over.
$3,500.
He's not a real fucking doctor, so we called her an ambulance. While she was on her way to the hospital, Robinson stayed behind at her house to watch over the place. And then he noticed old Mrs. Morris left her purse behind. At that point, our boy Malachi did what any real doctor would do in his position and stole her checkbook. Then a few weeks after being discharged from the hospital, Annette noticed all these strange charges that she couldn't remember. I guess Malachi was just hoping she thought she had dementia or some shit. All in all, he made out with about $20,000.
Damn.
And I wish I could say that this was an isolated incident, but it gets
Shit.
on another occasion, Dr. Love went to a Jaguar dealership.
That's probably how he funded his practice.
Offered to buy him a brand new car for his 18th birthday. The car came out to about $35,000. Except the woman wasn't his godmother at all. She was some old lady with dementia who he manipulated into buying him a car. And this story just went from hilarious to real quick. And I think the worst thing about this whole thing is that he tried to buy a fucking Jaguar. What is this, 1963? Who buys a Jaguar unless they're 80 years old?
Yeah, why the fuck did he go for a Jaguar, bro?
The place where he worked as a clinical director for a few months. Well,
it
turns out he also stole thousands of dollars.
He did all that shit for a fucking. He scammed a dementia-ridden woman for a fucking Jaguar.
It seemed like he didn't have any remorse because he kept posting on Facebook about how he was the victim. He never stole money. People were just trying to frame him. As time
I know he was crying when he tried to resell that Jaguar.
one of the posts, he claimed to have stage 2
And someone offered him 25% of what he paid.
It has been a rough journey, and hopefully a light is soon to show. Along with that, identity theft has begun to surface, and I'm now fighting that. This illness has given me a huge wake-up call. Always remember that life can be very short, so make the best of it. And this little attempt at garnering sympathy did not work because he was sentenced to 1 year in a Virginia prison for the whole Jaguar fiasco. And once he got out, he was extradited back to Florida, where he had to go on trial for all the other stuff. Malachi pled guilty to multiple fraud charges, grand theft, and practicing medicine without a license. He was sentenced to 3.5 years in maximum security prison.
Damn.
Honestly, it seems a bit harsh. I mean, I know the guy's a psycho, but it's not like he killed anybody. After his sentencing, Malachi sat down for an interview with Insider.
He could have.
Do you have regrets about
He could have. He was posing as a medical professional.
I 100% regret what
You don't know what the fuck you're doing, bro. What if you misdiagnose something?
This guy literally
Cause you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Do something wrong, end up killing someone. Cause you fucking infected their wound or some shit.
All I'm saying is that after seeing that clip, I'm kind of glad he got sent to maximum security. Maybe that's exactly what he needed to finally turn his life around. Spoiler alert, it was not. Malachi served just 20 months of his 3-year sentence on account of his good behavior, but his streak of good behavior wouldn't last long. After his release from prison, Malachi was ready for a fresh start. He really was. He decided he was going to leave his criminal past behind him and become a law-abiding citizen. He was going to therapy, and he was trying to improve himself. He even changed his name to Alex Robinson as a kind of symbolic gesture to show that he was a new person. He eventually landed a job with the United States of Freight, a trucking company based out of Florida, and he was doing a great job. His boss Dan took a big risk on hiring this convicted felon, but it was all working out for a little bit. Alex Robinson might have been trying to turn over a new leaf. No matter how hard he tried, Dr. Love was still inside him, trying to claw his way out.
Dr. Love was calling.
It lasted about 2 months before he started scheming again. He just couldn't help himself. Turns out that Dr. Love had been redirecting funds from the company bank account into his own personal
Dr. Love took over.
It wasn't a small amount either. It was about $10,000 total.
It's like a Melly and Melvin situation.
Malachi Love Robinson was again sentenced to prison for grand theft and fraud. And he's currently serving a 28-month sentence in prison. You know, if there's one thing you should take away from this story, it's that you should never, ever trust doctors. Except for me, because I am now officially a naturopathic doctor with a totally legit PhD. And you will address me as such.
Yeah. After that, I might have to go and get myself a PhD. Shit. I'll take a PhD.
Cops are known.
Yeah. Damn. That young fellow felt like he was attacking. Damn. Anyway. Hold on, I need to redo that clap. Anyway. When 200 IQ teens destroyed corrupt cops, and it's late as hell, and I'ma cheat and put this at, we'll try 1.5.
For being deceitful and abusing their authority whenever they get a chance, even with teenagers. But what happens when the youngsters outsmart them?
I'm interested to see what happens
when teens owned bad cops, starting with the case of Bay City, Michigan Police Chief Michael Ciccini, who, on 17th September 2022, had been found harassing 19-year-old Parker Whalen and 18-year-old Travis Krim.
Get out of here! Yeah, you can. Go. Go. I say, I'm going to go. Sir, Mike, you just did it better. No.
Weren't you the one that just fucking ran up to him?
Travis realized that the chief had just committed battery against him since he punched him with the flashlight. Luckily for the teens, one of them had been recording the whole
you just committed it, right?
The flashlight. Luckily for the teens, Travis realized
he lightly butted you. I mean, he did look. Okay, never mind. I take that back. He did low-key smack your rib. He did low-key smack your rib.
You have a right to disturb the peace. You have a right to your right hand from the flashlight, bro. What are you talking about? I ain't even doing it. How do you feel threatened, bro? Is it my luscious locks? Are you jealous? You both? Huh? I would be jealous too. Look at my down here, bro. Call the cops, bro. You can't even battery. I can assault you. Just assault me. You want me to go? I'll make out with you right now. I see both ways, bro. Go ahead. Assault me.
Back off. Get out of his face.
I know better, bro. Hey,
what is he doing to you?
Bro, that's what I don't fucking get, man. People that be mad as hell that you're stop antagonizing me, but they're the ones in your fucking face. That every time I see a video like that, it just annoys me, man.
Officers arrive on the scene soon after and start questioning the chief about the details.
Come here. They hit the cone. They're messing around here around this new monument. It went on for about 5 minutes. Okay, I had enough. I'm upstairs. All right.
I've had enough of these damn kids playing outside. These fucking children, bro.
Words, all right. He challenged me to fight and dared me to come down. Okay, I came down.
I'm gonna beat your ass, and then I'm gonna take you to jail. Get out of here. I didn't even do that. Yeah, you did.
He stood off on me, and I did a pectoral grab with my flashlight. Okay?
Go. Get out of here.
2 charges right here. In my opinion. But I'll let you investigate. Okay. First, I'll get there same as I come check in with you.
According to Cecchini, Parker Whalen and Travis Krim had been causing disturbance by playing around and had even knocked down a traffic cone, which they put back up later, but they don't recall the same story.
Fucking criminals.
So
Fucking menaces.
And then he came up here. I'm 19. Okay. And he hit the cone right
Battery
here,
and assault on a traffic cone.
Yeah. And
You know that's a felony, right?
and he threatened him first. So he was
Yeah, you're going to jail.
He was up there up the top, okay? And he was like, I'll come down there and beat your ass. Okay? He waited down here because he would actually come down, and then he came down. Travis was standing right there, didn't say a single word. And like on the road, and he came up and hit him. I don't know if it was like in the chest or the rib cage, but he hit him with the flashlight and then started shining in his eyes.
I don't know why he was just
You can drift when you do that. It's kind of fun, right? I get it's kind of late and stuff, right?
being.
He's up there.
He was just.
Hey, Big Shot, you want to go? Right? Because he said, why don't you keep it down? I said, I'm not doing that wrong. He goes, hey, Big Shot, you want to go? Right? So, obviously, you know, I'm a dude, 18 years old, I can hold my own ground. I'm going to hold my own ground, right? So, I didn't know who he was, right? It's random. Older. Right? So, I said, yeah, come down, we can go. Right? He's threatening me to fight me. Right? And I stood right here. I said, what's up? He walks up to me, and like, I'm not going to try. He goes like that, and jabs me like right here, in the rib with the flashlight. And then he said he felt threatened. My hands were on my sides. I didn't swing at him. I didn't pick up. I didn't do anything.
That's crazy. That's crazy that you felt threatened. Cause I mean, if you felt threatened, you wouldn't be the one like walking up to other people. You wouldn't be the one jabbing them with flashlights.
I didn't know who he was. He thought it was bad.
I'm just saying, if you felt threatened, you wouldn't be.
Like points where his shin. Like I'm gonna hit him. And I said, no, I'm more mature than you. I'm not gonna hit you. And he goes, hit me. And I'm like, I'm not gonna hit you. I said, I'm gonna hit him, right? So yeah. And then you guys got here. And I asked him about to sit down. He said, you're free to do whatever you want. I walked over here. I see you guys pulling up, and I stopped. Now I'm here. I didn't threaten him in any way. I don't know how he feels threatened me.
So the original altercation was because you were
Squeaking the tires on a bird speed.
yelled at me.
Yeah, is that a worthy thing that hits someone's flashlight? Because he's chief of police. He's above me. He's better than me.
Cecchini had obviously thought he could get away with it because of his title.
Oh,
a formal complaint
he's
was filed
chief?
against him, Cecchini announced his retirement and
He's
was
the
later charged
chief?
with assault and battery. But if you thought teens owning cops stops here, that's because you don't know the case of Taven Gallinakis. 19-year-old Taven Gallinakis,
They got
a
him.
freshman at William Penn University, and also a college athlete who,
They got
on
him.
28 August 2022, was returning from a friend's house and was stopped on the way by Newton police officers.
Oh,
One of his
yeah,
headlights
this
had been
one.
damaged, so he was using his rights within city limits.
Hi there. How you doing, sir? Good. How are you? Good. My name's Officer Williams, Police Department. The reason I pulled you over is because you have the bright lights on. Yeah, but I have a headlight out, so I just keep my brights on. Okay, well that's not legal. Oh, is it? No. Yeah, sure. My car doesn't flash on off, but like you did with me. Oh, you were close enough though. You were like you were a while back. Oh, my bad. Sorry. You're not supposed to have brights on. My fault. My fault. You got your license, registration, insurance. Yeah.
From what I remember, this dude,
Okay. Anything drink over there?
he did the best he could in the situation he was put in.
One of these.
He did pretty good.
Yeah, I mean that's a good start. That's the registration.
One of the officers, Officer Winters, starts questioning Gallinakis, especially if he has had anything to drink that night. After checking his documents, he asks the teen to get out of his car.
I'm gonna have you hop out with me, okay? Well, on or off? You can probably do me a favor. Put your gum on your dash there. Oh my gum on there? Yeah. We're gonna go back here, okay? Cool. You don't have anything on you? No bombs, guns, drugs? No bombs, no drugs. Okay, let's go back here.
Winters asks Gallinakis if he has any weapons on him. After seating him in his car, he proceeds to ask if he's had any alcohol. Gallinakis, being completely sober and wanting to end this quickly, offers to take the breathalyzer test, but he's denied by the officer.
How much have you had to drink tonight? None. What do you mean? I had nothing to drink. Okay. Why would your eyes be watery and bloodshot? Do you want to blow me real quick? I don't want to blow you.
Despite repeatedly asking for the breathalyzer test, Officer Winters,
Yo.
denying his request, makes him do several field sobriety tests.
You want him to do what to you? No.
Blow. I will. Zero. I will. Okay, blow. Let's blow real quick. Something on these hand tests is low. Can you see my finger clearly? Yes, sir.
Whoa, let's do what real quick?
That's good. Alright, so I want you to put your left foot on the line.
Just start doing that every time. I'm just start doing that to random ass shit that doesn't even make sense. just start doing that to everything.
I guess so. How much, take a series of small steps. How many steps did I say?
Take it small.
Yeah,
What?
I said 9. Why'd you take 14 and then 15? I thought you were going to tell me to turn. I said to count your steps out loud.
It's clear the police officer is in the wrong here, so in a bid to incriminate Gallinakis even more, he asks him why he's shaking. He responds by explaining that it's raining and he's only wearing shorts, whilst the officers are fully covered. This obvious statement most likely hurt the officer's fragile ego.
All right, during this, keep your arms down your side. Why are you shaking?
Damn, he keeps checkmating the officers at every fucking thing. Then why are your eyes bloodshot and watery? They're not. They're not. Have you had anything to drink? Nope. You can give me a breathalyzer test right now. You passed the test, the sobriety test, the walking test, which I wouldn't recommend even doing because they're designed to set you up to fail. But he won. He beat that. I think so. I don't know, but. And now he just beat the why are you shaking question.
It's freezing, man. Look at you, got all these clothes on. I got shorts on, it's raining. And you're false accusing me, so of course I'm gonna be a little nervous. Yeah. You got nothing to say.
The officer then makes Gallinakis perform several other
checkmate, bro.
Yep.
Checkmate, homie.
How did I tell you to count? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. I forgot how you told me to do it. So, just follow my finger with your eyes, only don't move your head, okay? That's it.
These tests are designed
Gallinakis asks
to.
the cop's supervisor. The other officer standing beside him says he's looking at him.
I'm gonna check your eyes again.
It's so easy to fucking fail these, even when you're sober.
Make sure. Want me too, man.
It is so easy to fail.
They're gonna tell me. Who's supervisor?
So where people film all the time.
This snide remark from the officer tells us a lot about their corrupt behavior. After saying that Gallinakis clearly looks impaired, Officer Winters finally has him do the breathalyzer.
What I want you to do is make a tight seal around this and blow out like you're going up the pool. Okay? Cool. Alright. You ready? Yep. Okay, you can relax. So I'm gonna read the Miranda, okay? Right now you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court of law.
After the test is done, Gallinakis gets a 0.0% result, but the officer
0.0.
Officer Winters then talks to his supervisor on the phone, where he admits to Gallinakis having blown zeros, and can be heard calling Gallinakis a smartass.
I asked him, I said, I read Miranda, PBT triple zeros. So he says he'll do an evaluation, but he's kind of a smartass.
Despite blowing zeros, Gallinakis is read his
well, he's a smartass because he knows his fucking rights and he knows when he's being taken advantage of.
Tonight? Oh. Okay, well, I think it's tonight. I've had no weed tonight. What? Why do you think it's tonight? Why can't I smoke? I'll blew zero, so now you're trying to think I smoke weed. That's what's going on. You can't do that, man. You really can't do that. Absolutely, I can. Is he allowed to do that? So I blew zeros. I would. During my field sobriety, it is indicative of impairment. So let's be honest. I'm being honest. You stole some weed at your friend's house? No. You hit a pin? No. Okay. Why is your field sobriety so poor? What? Why is your field sobriety so poor? And why are you so lethargic and slow moving and speaking with a slurred speech? And your eyes are watering.
As Gallinakis says the officer can't do that, another officer responds by saying he can. Gallinakis tells the officers he can't have smoked weed as he's on the college football team and would be out if he had as they conduct weekly drug tests.
No weed, I don't smoke weed. I play college football, I told you that. We get tested every Friday. Right? Don't smoke weed. Today's Saturday. Okay? It's 30, we stay there for 30 days. So if I did a test next week, I'd be out the football team. I said, when's the last time you smoked weed? And he hesitated for a long period of time and said, I honestly can't remember.
Winters finally arrests Gallinakis falsely on a DUI drugs charge. He's taken to the station, but maintains his statement that he had not consumed any alcohol or drugs.
I would have been so angry if I was him. I would have been so angry. He blew zeros. He gets drug tested every week.
Gallinakis ended up filing a lawsuit
so he can't be on marijuana, the Mary Jane.
Officer Winters will receive will be some paid time off, but as everyone knows, cops will not stop abusing their
the
power
sweet
whenever they can. And that's exactly the case of the corporate
green flower that'll have you walking with a cane. You can't be on that.
The corporate on 28th May 2022 pulled over a teenager who had apparently given him the middle finger.
He did everything. He did everything you could properly.
What's your problem? Why you give me the finger? Walk away. Huh? Am I free to go? Why you give me the finger?
In the situation that he was put in.
Why you give me the finger? What's your problem? Am I free to go? No. What do you have a problem? No. You have a problem? No. You have a problem? I can leave. Why you just give me the finger when you walk? Huh? Come here. Get over here.
This situation was fucked, bro. I remember this one.
That's legal. No, it isn't. Says who? Says it all. blow up the law. Huh? Blow up the law. What's your name? What's the law? What's your name? What's your name? What's the law?
Not long after the interaction
Bro.
started, we can see that this teen is sure to stand his ground against the officer. Corporate
I mean,
then
I
says it's illegal
agree
to
he's
give him the
not
finger and
respectful
detain the young man for doing so. He finally decides to
flip
let him go, but the teenager then
to
gives
flip
him the
random
F-word,
people
which seems
off.
to have got on his nerves.
But it's not illegal. You can't detain anyone for flipping you off.
Come here. Get over here. Get over here. I'm not doing anything illegal. Yeah,
You can't detain no one
Yes, it is. Says who? Says me.
to because they cursed off a fucking police officer.
As the teen shouts for help, Pritch soon turns off his body cam, only to turn it back on after another unit arrives on the scene. Now,
How
the action of
fucking
turning off the body cam
convenient.
by the officer is a
How
real crime.
fucking convenient.
What? That's not legal.
It is legal. He's allowed to detain you until he performs his
So what am I
investigation.
doing though? What am I doing that made him detain me? What's legal right now? I rode by him twice, you shot me in the finger. So I turned around and said, well, is that a crime?
Then he tells me
That's
this is
not a
supposed to public service.
That's not, no, that's not a crime. Yeah, public. That's not a crime. That's not a crime. He's looking at you because he's like, what the f*** do you want me to do? Because it's not a crime. I know my rights. I don't have to say anything.
You do it being detained.
For what reason? What legal reason am I being detained for?
Where are you coming from?
What legal reason am I being detained for? I need to know that. Legally, I need to know that.
Patrolman James Lamontagne arrives on the scene and says it is indeed
Yeah.
legal to detain the kid for his gestures against the officer. He asks the teen to identify himself, which is again incorrect on the officer's part.
He
as the teen
seems like he walked into the situation and he's just like, oh my. He knows that the officer is in the wrong, but he's trying to deal with the situation on the fly. Which, I mean, he's handling it better than this dude. At least. But at least so far. I don't know.
is well within his rights to
But
not identify himself for the illegal.
he doesn't have to identify himself.
Is that illegal?
He is legally free to walk off.
You're being a nuisance to the public.
In what way? When he was driving past? Well,
And then here's when this dude starts going. They start working together again.
To make sure that there's nothing. Make sure you're okay. Make sure you're okay.
What reason does he need to detain me?
He thought maybe you were signaling him down. Were you signaling him down?
No, you knew very well that I wasn't signaling. Right? I wasn't signaling.
Bring attention to yourself.
That's not signaling.
Your actions strange. I'm making sure you're okay.
Dude, that's so funny. Like, you're not here for my safety. You're not trying to protect me.
No. You're walking to
maybe
the side of the road and you're cursing and you're flipping the bird.
once at him. I gave him the finger once. That will not hold up.
Do you know him?
It's not your business. I
It is
plead the
my
fifth.
business.
I plead the fifth. Then. What's the First Amendment for?
Okay. The First Amendment is for your freedom of speech. Okay.
Okay.
What does that have to do with
Was I making
using
a close
gestures?
action? Am I calling for an action to be done against you?
Do you
Now,
understand
you're
that
bringing attention to yourself.
it's behavior that's out of the ordinary. Clearly, if you stopped all the way back there, I'm assuming you guys were back there and you just
We were
continued to
back
walk.
there.
You just continued to walk.
I wasn't running. I was walking.
Once he
So
gives an
let's
order for
be
you to
honest.
stop,
Out of the ordinary is
I did
not
stop when you first
illegal.
said it, but I was asking, is it illegal? Is it lawful? Yeah, because I kept walking because you weren't pursuing it at first. You only started pursuing because I said you big. That's when you got a little upset.
we're here at this point now. Okay. You've brought the attention to yourself. You've caused the public alarm.
Well, I'd like to
What
see
you're
you legally hold
doing-
that in
so
court
now
because
I'm not charging you with anything, so I
well,
don't feel like you hold anything.
well, I want to know from your perspective. What was I
pulled up on TV, so you tell me what you were doing.
I think it's it. Idiot. How long have you been a cop? 6?
Listen.
How long did you do? I'm not a cop.
I don't understand what the point of this is.
I'm walking. That's what I'm doing. It's the Fourth Amendment to be allowed to walk without seizures or anything like that.
You
Which
sure?
is yes.
You sure that's Fourth Amendment?
You sure about money on it?
You sure that's the Fourth Amendment? It gives you the right to walk without seizure. What's going to be seizure while you're walking?
My body, my person, idiot. You were about to. He said I was going to be under arrest.
He said you were
I said
detained.
stop.
He
No,
said you were detained. So now what happens?
So
now what happens?
he just admitted
now
that
what
he was
happens
going to
is
arrest
he gives you a lawful order to stop.
It wasn't a lawful order, though.
And you do not
It
stop.
legally was not a lawful order.
You do not stop, then that becomes a criminal offense, and then yes, you can be put under
But it's not a
arrest.
lawful order. Then I take it to court, and then he'd get sued, and I get punitive damages. I'd be rich. Is that what you want?
That
You don't know the law.
may be what happens.
You don't know the law.
The teenager shows he has more knowledge about the law than the officers do. The officer's lack of knowledge of the laws is seen when the teen claims his Fifth Amendment right and talks about his illegal detainment, claiming the Fourth Amendment.
That's crazy. That's crazy that they just can't, like, they just couldn't admit to just, like, shit. I guess you're right. We're in the wrong. Have a good day. He can be like, fuck off, big, again, and then walk away. Legally, he can do that if he wants to. But the cops, because it's not illegal just to be. It's not illegal to. I think it is illegal for death threats and stuff like that, and I don't know the specific words, but I think that's illegal. But just saying like "fuck you" and flipping someone off, that is not illegal, bro. If I were to do that to my neighbor right now, I would have to deal with my neighbor. But if I did that to the police officer, he shouldn't be able to do shit.
Also says he had just pulled over to check up on
legally speaking. Morally speaking is a different story. You know, I try to be respectful when I can.
We're detained, okay, because he told you something didn't stop. So therefore, you need to identify yourself as a part of the investigation. So what is your name?
Okay, I'm gonna need all of your badge numbers.
I will give you everything written down on a card. What is your name? If you have an ID, that's perfect.
Okay, I'll take it to court. This is still a detainment.
Are you a juvenile?
This is an illegal detainment, so I can still. I'm not going to answer that.
You have to answer.
Why?
Because you're being detained.
I said I'll give you my ID, buddy. You're such a pig, bro.
So what does that make you?
Not a pig. This is illegal. You don't legally have to prove that I was abusive.
You're standing. How would you?
I don't know, but not a pig.
Okay, so when he goes by in the car and he sees you, doing what you're doing,
and what was I doing?
Be there.
And what part of that caused the disturbance? That's what I'm trying to legally understand. I don't understand. Is that a body camera?
That's what it is.
Perfect. Tuckerton doesn't have them. You know that? Tuckerton's been on back order for months. Because I have a lawsuit against them. That's why. And I wish they'd have body cams. I would love if they had body cams. Take out the back out.
It's for all of us.
Right.
It's for everybody that's involved in the situation. Okay? If you have any problems or anything, you want to come down, you want to talk to somebody, our supervisors are always there as well. Okay?
Well, I'm going to take a lawsuit, so who would I press criminal charges against?
You're gonna have to call and figure that out with a lawyer. You have to file a complaint with the police.
Got it.
Okay? And then you can go from there if you want to see if you can press charges and whatnot if you violate your rights.
Appreciate it.
Okay?
Stay out of the roadway, give us fingers.
Stay out of the roadway. Stop causing a
Stop cursing.
You're free to go.
Stop cursing.
You're free to go.
The teen says he would file a lawsuit against the officers, and soon he is free to go, but directs profanities at both the officers as he walks away. It is unknown whether the teen had filed a lawsuit against the officers, but this is a lesson to the officers to be well informed of the laws they're supposed to be protecting. If you like this video, watch this one. Don't forget to subscribe.
Because the thing is, if the other officer didn't, like, play into it, it wouldn't have been nearly as big as this whole situation. It just would have been something that would have been in the officers and that dude's head for probably the rest of the day. Like, what? The officer probably would have thought, or I don't know what's going on with it. He might have been tripping for fucking years after that because his teenager flipped him off one day. But it would have been so much easier. Because legally, he had the right to go. You didn't have the legal right to stop him. But you stopped him. And just fucking... I don't know. It's interesting. It's definitely very interesting to see how the criminal justice system works in America. I don't know. Sometimes it goes good, sometimes it don't. But hey, that's the situation that we're in. And for what it is, shit, there's a lot worse we could. There's a lot worse we could be dealing with. So we just gotta pretty much take what we got and just improve on that. Just make improvements on top. Cause I mean, think about it. Is anything ever gonna be perfect? There's not many. Like, what can you think of that's actually perfect? Like, the only thing I can think of is like the perfect invention. Like the wheel. Like, you can't make a new wheel. You can improve the wheel. But even that, yeah, you can improve the wheel. You could improve it to have more functionality for what you need it to do. If you need it to be heavier, to be a weight, you can have it as a fucking paperweight, as heavy as you want. If you want it to roll better, you can mess with the fucking things to adjust the weight so it balances out to throw the weight forward so it rolls more. I don't know. I'm not a fucking physicist, but you could probably do that. I'm just saying, there's always room for improvement, but don't overlook what you have. Don't discount the things that you have, because honestly, in America we have our issues, but we're blessed. Let's be honest, we're blessed. to be able to have the issues that we face. There's a lot of people on this earth that would do a lot of fucking things just to have the problems that we do. Just saying. But anyway, I'm done talking. It is 12:30 at night, so I'm gonna get some rest. Take care of yourselves. Peace out. Stay safe. And yeah, just take care of yourselves. Peace.
I don't like much, I'm a chill dude. Complicated, but it's kinda simple. Call my gun proactive, you a pimple. Catch me interacting with your bitch, Walk in the room, I'm too smooth. That's not me, that's the perks, Till I die, I'ma work, Had to cut down on the circle. I was sleeping away money, couldn't wake up and get money. Now I'm up trying to get money, give a fuck what they want from me. I was too heartbroken to get money. Yeah, I'm sad, but I'm no dummy. If there's anything you should take from me, it's that I'm a confused young rich junkie.